Welcome to creating and adding a service area trail. From the main screen of Complete Data, we can select Systems. And once we're in the Systems database, we can select Trails. And we can see all the previous trails that we've created here. And now we can select New Trail to create a new trail in here. Our trail type will be service area so that we can see this trail from the service area database. And then we need to come up with our description for this trail. In this case, it's notify. So we're just going to notify the street that we've just listed a property. Once we've got our trail description, we then need to load in the activities that we should have brainstormed that we'd like completed when we set this trail against all of these properties. So select New Activity, and our activity drop-down list pops up, and then we need to start adding in all of our activities. So our first activity is either to phone call or door knock our property, and this is our just letting you know. Activity. Our next activity is sending out a thank you card. So this is a task. This is the thank you for talking with me. And this will be on day 1, so we can type in our days from start, day 1. We can leave our first one blank, and that's what we'll do the day that we set this trail. So our third activity will be a task, and this is just to add them to the list for our CMAs if they'd like to receive our CMAs. So we can do this on the initial day, or we can do this on day 1. It's up to you. And we keep adding in our activities that we'd like completed against this client. Okay, so our last task, we need to remember that we always need to add that they need to be added to a new trail. So we can see here we've got our prospecting call, and then we just need to add them to a new trail. And we just need something written in there that will notify us that this is the last part of the trail, so they will be lost in the database if we don't add them to a new set of trails. So we can click on our CD icon, which will take us back to the main screen. If we want to have a look at how we can set this up in the service area database, we can select service area. Once we're in the service area, we can select the icon next to any of those properties in the list view, and then we can select find in the top toolbar. And in this case, we've just listed 20 Girder, so we're going to find the street Girder, and we're going to set this trail against all the properties within it. So we've found 20 Girder. I'm going to actually omit this property, and I'm just going to set this trail for all the properties around it. So I can go to records, and I can omit record, and now I can see that I've just got all the properties of Girder Street, so there's 42 found. I can use the booklet to go through these properties. I can go into my tasks. I can select the trail that I'd like, so I've got my notify street just listed trail. And rather than setting the trail, I need to go to the scripts database. And I need to come down to set trail for the current found set. So I can choose my date. I'm going to select today's date, and it's just going to notify me that I'm about to set this for the current found set. Would I like to proceed with the current record or with the entire found set? So I'm going to select found set, and I say yes to proceed. Okay, so I've now just set this trail against these 42 records. I need to make sure that I'm going into my prospecting database, into my scheduled tasks database, and selecting prospecting. Cut that bit. I need to make sure I'm going into scheduled tasks and selecting the prospecting calls and completing these calls for these properties. So the details button will take me back to the service area details screen. Obviously anyone that I don't have the phone number for, I'm going to need to go out and door knock and try to gather more information about these properties, and anyone I do have the phone number for, I might be able to just make the phone call to. So the CD icon will take me back to the main screen, and thank you for watching.